Hey everybody, Sirturmund back here again, bringing you another LOR video. First things first, yes, I did get a haircut, so now I can finally start wearing the hat in the videos. I'm wearing the hat in my streams. Yay! So the deck that I'm bringing you all today is going to be Pantheon Taric. So I haven't had a lot of time to play around with Pantheon here, and I started doing that now because I think Pantheon is in a good position right now because he has such a favorable matchup against Scouts. And Scouts, as you all know, is kind of running around in the meta. You just have to hope that you don't run into Ahri Kennen because I do think that you still struggle versus the Ahri Kennens and the other elusive decks like Poro. So the Pantheon Taric deck. This version, I prefer this version over the Shyvanna version because Golden Aegis gives you a more favorable matchup into control decks. So I think the Golden Aegis with the Taric combo makes it a lot better into Darkness, into FTR, into Trolls, right? And it can also do well versus Scouts because Scouts really have no way to interact with the Golden Aegis into the Taric. So I think this combo alone is a good reason to run the Taric and the Pantheon. So in this deck, compared to the Shyvanna deck, you might not be relying too much on the Pantheon. You might be relying more on the Taric Golden Aegis combo to kind of seal up the game. The rest of the deck is pretty standard from what you see from typical Taric Shyvanna lists. So you're running all your faded cards. So you're running the Seeker, you're running the triple white frame, and you're also running the 3 Pantheons. So you got all the faded cards that are in the world. I do like the Brightly Protector a lot here because again, we're trying to protect against Scouts and other decks like that. I kind of want to go fast. And the Brightly Protector allows you to do that while also triggering the faded on your units. I do like one on Mountain Go. A lot of times the opponent does not have a way to defend to defend this, and you can get a free damage in. But I also do like having at least 7 low drop units because if you run into Darkness, we don't want to be in a situation where we cannot block the Catalyzer on turn 2. The rest of the cards are going to be a lot of spells, so like Guiding Touch, Bell Cascade, Sharp Sight, to be able to buff your units. Really, one of the key cards here is going to be Zenith Blade, which can give Overwhelm, especially to your Wounded White Flame, or you can do the Zenith Blade and the Taric and copy it into another one of your units, kind of taking advantage twice of that Zenith Blade. I do like to run 2 Blinded Mystic, and do like to run a Hush. I think the Blinded Mystic can be very clutch in silencing some of your opponent's key units, while still buffing your own units and triggering the Faded keyword on your units. And then the Hush is kind of like a save all card in case that you run into another Pantheon deck, or you can sometimes use it against Senna, for example, to create a good block so that we didn't have the quick attack and kind of get a free trade like that. Single combat, of course, and concerted strikes are your key tools to remove the opponent's threats like Misfortune and also the Vegars, which is very important when you're running in those matchups. And lastly, we have the Bastion, which is going to defend you against some stuff like Vengeance or other skills that can kill your units, especially if you're able to do Bastion into the Taric, and now you can have 2 units that have the spell shield on them. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the gameplay that's coming next. But again, this deck tries to play like a mid-range, but also tries to finish up with like a Golden Aegis rally. So it's kind of mix and matching the best things about rally decks while also still having enough big units that you can afford to do stuff like single combat with your Wounded White Flame. So anyways, hope you enjoy it. And I do think that this deck is really good right now, and I plan to bring it to the tournament this weekend. So enjoy the gameplay. So in this matchup, we're going to be going against a Kindred Jayce deck. So this should be a very slow deck. The problem for us is that they have a lot of removals, right? So when they have a lot of removal like that, it can be very hard for us to be able to push the lethal damage that we need. I want to greed out the Concerted Strike, but I think it's probably better to not do the Concerted Strike and try to save that for something else. I like the Protector in case that we get a single combat. This is an interesting hand because we didn't good. We don't have any of our spells that we need to like really buff it up. We do have the combo with Taric and Golden Aegis, but I don't think the combo is gonna be enough for, because again they do run Vengeance, right? So if we try to do the combo, they can just Vengeance everything. Okay, single combat is not bad. I'm gonna do the Wounded White Flame. If it has like Thermo or something. Okay. I like doing the Bright Steel like this. because it gives this 3 attack and triggers the faded buff. So now we can attack into both of these Forge Workers for free. And if he summons Kindred, our guy now has the shield to be able to attack into the Kindred, which he doesn't have anyways. I don't think we single combat here. I think the single combat is going to be more important into a Kindred or into a Jayce. So here we have blocker for both of his units. I'm okay doing the Taric right here and seeing what he does. If he taps out of Vengeance mana, and which he just did, I'm okay doing this. So this is going to put a lot of pressure on him, because now we're going to be rallying multiple times with the Wounded White Flame. We can also just put it on the Saga Seeker and kind of percent more damage that way. He should probably grab this. I don't agree with him grabbing it like that. I guess if he has like a Biopiece or something, that would be a deal for him. Okay. That's cool. I think we can do it like this. Obviously, he'll be able to block a lot of our stuff. But I think we're still able to do something like this and start leveling up our Taric. And he has blockers for everything, but we can still try to do some damage here. And again, we still have a single combat, so the Jayce is not a problem. Although I think the single combat is better off for the Kindred. There's a chance that it was better to hold off on the rally until we were ready to finish the game. But I don't mind doing it like this. I like the Bandit Mystic. Is he trying to win the game? How is he trying to win the game? Let's think about that. Does the minion stop us from doing a lot of stuff? I think the minion is very annoying. But I think it might be better to... I like doing this. Stops that minion from being a blocker in future turns. It triggers our Pantheon level up a little bit. And we can still attack with everything and be able to protect all our champions. He also gives us a trigger for the Taric. Of course, he could have the Vengeance, which is, I think, what I'm still super worried about. Or he could have the Teemo. And I think we have to kill the Jayce if he does anything like that. I want to do the Jayce before... I mean, it doesn't matter. Whether he levels up now or levels up later, it doesn't matter. Here, Taric is going to level up. And he's protected from dying to either the minion or the Spiderling. This way, the Taric doesn't die to the Jayce, right? And that was a regular Shock Blast. This is lethal, so he does have to block with something. Of course, he does this. Unfortunately, we don't have... the rally, right? I really like the Blinded Mystic. Okay. So he decided to grab the Challenger. So by him grabbing the Challenger means that he's able to kill our Taric. He needs to... If he tries to go for the Saga Seeker, we can always Guiding Touch. Yeah, he needs to do it like that, exactly. And next turn we can just do Pantheon. Or I mean, we can do Pantheon this turn. And then just open attack while leveling up the Pantheon. And I think we're going to do the Guiding Touch on the Taric. And because the Taric is leveled up, it means the Pantheon is not going to die. Let's see what he gets first before we commit anything. Elusive, fearsome, impact. Okay. The Taric means that the person cannot die, right? So if we just do this, it means that it means that we can present damage here with the elusive, and the Pantheon cannot die because of the Taric ability. And that should be lethal, right? Because the elusives, he doesn't have a way to block the elusive, and now he doesn't have a way to kill this. Unless I'm missing something. Nope, because the impact is still enough, so... Yeah, the impact was still enough to do the 10 damage there. Because of the Pantheon. But yeah, that was a pretty sweet victory there with both Taric and Pantheon level up. So, in this match, we're going to be going up against Akshan Riven. So this is an interesting... I don't think I ran into this deck before. Well, my guess is that just trying to... The Zenith play, I think, is very important. The Concerted Strike is interesting because we can use it, obviously, to kill the Riven. But I think we needed our units. So that's the one weakness of this deck sometimes, that you don't get the units that you're supposed to. I wonder if it was actually better to play this in turn 2, so that we could trigger the Pelt Cascade if we need to. Because now we cannot attack here without sacrificing our Sharp Sight, which I think is not very worth it. Of course, we can Sharp Sight right here, if he gives it to us. Okay, so now we can just play the Dragon. And now he shouldn't have a way to attack here, right? Because we have the Sharp Sight as a backup, or we have the Pelt Cascade as a backup. So this kind of just prevented his attack. So that was a great top deck for us. I like the idea. I like the idea of doing the Taric. I really like the idea of doing the Taric. But that means I'm gonna have to like commit. If I do the Taric, it means that I also have to commit like the Pelt Cascade or something. Well, we can do it like this. We can... What about we do it on the Saga Seeker? Now we can do it. We can do it on the Dragon. I don't think he's gonna have a really great way to deal with the Dragon having the Zenith play, because he gets really big really fast, right? And then next time we can drop the Taric. For the turn after that, we can do the Zenith play and the Taric to buff the Saga Seeker to also give it Overwhelm. And then all three of our units are gonna have the Overwhelm. What he can do here is that he can do the Blaze Squire to block, which will give us the Fury. Interesting, so he's gonna block with the Riven. Okay, I'm surprised he just took that. I think it was better to block with the Blaze Squire, because he could literally level up Riven if he had the last play that he needed. And I still like the idea of doing Taric. And then just opening up with the Zenith play and the Taric. And now it lets us give Zenith play to our Saga Seeker, and all of our units are gonna have the Overwhelm. Which I think is the most important part about this deck. That Overwhelm is very important for you to push that damage through. I'm okay taking this block and getting some Fury value in here. Although I guess they could run Scorched Earth or something like that. And that would be pretty problematic. But he's telling us that he doesn't want to sacrifice his champions. Quick attack? Okay, he's trying to level up action here. So I guess that's one thing he has going for him. That he's able to turbo level the action. Okay. You need to commit one more. Okay. Fortunately for us, we also have the Pelt Cascade. So we don't die here, we still get the trigger. And he committed a lot to try to kill this Wounded White Flame. And we still have enough mana to do the Taric. I actually think it's better to just do it on the Wounded Wifeling instead of the Saga Seeker. Because at this point, I want the Wounded Wifeling to be as big as possible. I mean, to survive, obviously, right? Because he probably has other ways that he can do damage. So what we can do here is the Zenith Blade on the Taric. And have Pale Cascade as a backup. For the Wounded Wifeling. It's still a little bit scary though, because he does have 7 mana. Interesting, okay. I still like doing it this way. And obviously he can level up Riven next turn because he needs to, well, he has one more Blade Fragment. But he can get the last one during the Riven level up. So he's gonna decide to sacrifice the Voice of the Risen that he just summoned. We have Pantheon now in the field, and Taric is gonna level up soon enough that we might be able to just push enough damage that way. We also have the Concerted Strike for any shenanigans that the opponent might try to do. Weapon Heal. I think it's still worth it to try to save the dragon right here. So I think it's still 100% worth it to do the Pale Cascade. Because that gives us access to a very strong Concerted Strike. And it pushes 1 more damage as well. Of course, both his units have single combat, so not like he's going to make a big difference. But here, we need to keep enough mana for Concerted Strike, I think. In fact, I think if we only have 8, so unfortunately we don't have enough to do Pantheon plus the Concerted. So let's see how we do this. Because now all we need to do is just survive and we can win with the Overwhelm next turn. So yeah, so he's going to try to level up his champions here. Give him Overwhelm. Give the Riven Overwhelm as well. Can he kill us this turn? That's what we need to be careful about. Can he kill us this turn? So she's going to get quick attack. I see what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to turbo level the Warlord's Horde and try to kill us that way. Because he can give his champion Spell Shield if he does it that way. So he can give all his champion Spell Shield plus 2/2. And I only have 8 mana, which makes it really awkward. Because I cannot do like Pantheon plus Concerted. And I cannot do Blinding Mystic plus Concerted. So what we might have to do... Wow, he also has the Absolver. That was huge. Because now he can do Absolver. And again, he can just give his champions other than Overwhelm. I mean, sorry. Give Spell Shield. What we can do is that we can always consider the Voice of the Risen. Okay. So, if we kill the Voice of the Risen, all his things lose 2 damage. What we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to sacrifice... We're going to have to sacrifice the Taric, I think. Right? Like, there's no way for me to win with the Taric. So we're gonna... Because we need to block with the Taric. Because he has the health that we need to survive, right? So we can do... We're gonna have to do the Concerted. Let the Taric die. And that only pushes... We can also do the Blinding Mystic, which stops... Means that we don't have to commit the Concerted, because again, we're only going to be doing the Concerted on this girl anyways. And give the Taric an additional health. If we do that, again, we still don't have anything that can help us. We can do the Zenith Blade. We should put the Taric at 9. That's still enough for any of the stuff to kill it. Blinded Mystic might not be bad instead of the Concerted. I guess the Concerted gives our Wounded White Flame. I think actually it's better to do it like this. So again, I'm not gonna die here now because we still have the Taric as a blocker. And it doesn't matter which one we block. If we go like this, we technically survive as well. So maybe we don't even let the Taric die now. So now the Taric doesn't even die. And what we can try to do here is level up our Taric on the open attack. Does he have any burn in that deck? I don't think he does. So I think we can do this. And then we can do the Taric's Blessing, which levels up the Taric. Gives everything +3/+3. And because of the Taric ability, my units is not going to die no matter what he has. So we can do this. Levels up the Taric, which gives the dragon the invulnerable. And now he has no way to kill this. And this is a 15 attack unit. And 2 overwhelms right here. And he's only at 4 HP. And there we go. That was very close. That was very close. And I wanted to save the Concerted for something else. But I guess it wouldn't have mattered because all his champions had Spell Shield anyways. That was a very fun deck by the opponent though. So in this matchup, we're going to be going up against Targon's Peak. So I think we should have a good matchup versus this because I don't know how they will be able to deal with our Taric combo with Golden Ages. So maybe we want a hard mulligan for that. So maybe we want to try to get the Golden Ages as soon as possible. Just because we know that they're going to have a hard time dealing with that. Saga Seeker is not a bad card. It's a little bit weird here. Because I think it's probably better to do the Wounded White Flame. But I mean, we can just buff it. We can buff the Saga Seeker with the Sin of Play and kind of go like that, keeping out of range of the Avalanche and stuff like that, and have multiple units. Have multiple units that can present overwhelm damage. So like here we can do the Sin of Play. Getting another Sin of Play back. Improving our odds of hopefully drawing a rally. Interesting. I don't remember those decks running this card. I think I like the idea of the Wounded White Flame here. And us opening with Sin of Play next turn again. So we can do the Sin of Play on the Wounded White Flame and then still have enough mana to play the Taric. And then on the turn, on our next attack turn, we put the third Sin of Play on the Taric and can summon the second Wounded White Flame. Because they have a lot of AoE, obviously. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. So that's really annoying because they could draw. Oh, he's playing War Mother Call instead of Feel the Rush. Interesting. That's a little bit annoying because they could draw the stun, right? And the stun will stop our Taric in the tracks, which is really troublesome. So I'm okay like this. We get the Fury proc here. Okay, he was looking to just be able to heal, which makes sense. I'm very worried about whatever that card was that he got from the Spacey Sketcher. And again, like I mentioned, we're going to do it like this so that now we have the Overwhelm. And we can play the Taric down. Okay, so it was not the stun. So that's very good for us. So it was not the stun. So here now we have enough mana. Okay, the problem is that he is going to be at 11 mana here, huh? So we can do this. I think I like the Wounded White Flame better. The concern here is if he has... Like, it could have the A drop that, like, deals 3 through everything. But if he does that, he's also getting rid of his own blockers and his Ram card, right? So here, I really like doing the Zenith play over the Saga Seeker. I mean, sorry, the Wounded White Flame over the Saga Seeker. Because again, we're presenting a bunch of damage here. This is kind of vulnerable though to like an avalanche or something like that. Okay, so him blocking with everything tells me that he does have the A job, the it that stares. Because he's looking to do that. That's why I was saying that I think we really need the golden ages before he can do something like that he can finish up with. Oh wow, okay. So now he has enough mana here to do like a Field Rush or a War Mother Skull, which we know he plays. Okay, so he ended up being the Field Rush, okay. We can actually kill the Zoe, which I think I'm okay doing with both of these guys. So we can kill the Zoe, preventing the level up from the ASO. Their Fates both got triggered. We get 2 triggers on the Taric. The only concern here... So he needs to be scared of the sharp side. So obviously I trigger on this one so that he plays on the sharp side. Yeah, okay. So if he didn't play on the sharp side, that would have been obviously a problem. But he ended up having to play around it. So 8 mana. I think we should just level up the Taric, right? So we're going to level up the Taric. By doing that, we're also going to do this. Ooh, we can also level up Pantheon. So we can level up the Taric. I'm trying to get greedy with like how I triggered this. I think it has to be obviously the Pale Cascade. I like spreading out my damage over just doing like over doing everything on this Wounded White Flame. I think spreading up our damage is more important. We get another draw here, so hopefully we get the rally. We didn't. We have one more draw. We need to search for the rally. And it doesn't matter because we had enough damage to finish it up. So yeah, good game there. So in this matchup, we're going to be going up against a Teemo Lulu deck. So this is probably Yordle in Arms. Or yeah, it has to be Yordle in Arms. I'm trying to think what else it could be. And I'm kind of coming up short. The Concerted Strike is interesting. The Blinded Mystic is really interesting because we can silence some of the stuff like the... We can silence some of his stuff. But maybe this is too greedy. Maybe we need to kind of go more low to the curve. Okay, like this is not the worst thing in the world. I think we're better off playing the Saga Seeker in turn 2. Just so that we're able to trigger the Pale Cascade. If he has like a blocker like the 2-drop. So we're gonna do it like this. He's obviously not gonna block because he knows that we could have Pale Cascade. Here we're gonna just do the Bright Steel Protector, I think, or we can also do the Zenith play. I think my concern... Yeah, we can just do the Zenith play. So my concern with doing the Bright Steel first is that he can just not attack, right? The concern with doing Zenith first is that he can just pull the Flame Jumpers. I think we need to try to put pressure on him, but if we don't get the rally, I don't see how we beat him before he can beat us. Wow. I think I'm okay with that pass, right? I like the Wounded White Flame here. I still think he cannot block, right? He cannot block anything because we can always spell Cascade our Dragon or whatever he blocks with the Yordle Captain. Yeah, so he has to do it like this. I think we triggered this right now. At this point, I think we just have to try to level up the Pantheon for us to be able to win. Okay. So we want to be able to level up the Pantheon. But I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do that here. I think he needs to attack, right? If he keeps holding the problem, he's dragging 2 of our units, so we only have one good block. We only have one blocker, and he's not even going to be a good blocker. So we're going to be taking 11 damage for sure. I guess we can actually block the Yordle Captain. Yeah, we can actually block the Yordle Captain. So we can block this Yordle Captain with Pale Cascade, which also triggers this. But we're still going to 9, which is very scary. And his Flinch Jumper stays alive because he dragged the right unit. Pantheon is still not level. Oof. This is getting very dicey. Okay. That's not going to our face. So I'm okay with that because we're still killing that Yordle Captain. So he actually discarded a Teemo to be able to do that. Trying to debate. I like the Taric into the Pale Cascade. I think I'm gonna be able to draw and maybe we get like a single combat or I get excited. I mean, sorry, single combat or consider strike. That Yordle Captain is gonna be buffing a lot of his units, so I do think we need some removal for it. Am I okay with the Yordle in arms? I think we are, right? So that means that he does the Yordle in arms. We can always just do the Brightsteel Protector. To be able to defend stuff. I could have probably done it on the Wounded Wildflame, by the way. To allow us to attack. So I'm okay doing it like this so that we can level up the Pantheon. There's a single combat. So now it means that the Saga Seeker, he cannot just grab it with the Flame Chappers. Him doing that Yordle in arms, I think is okay for us. I think we have blockers for everything. That's why I wanted to commit the Brightsteel Protector before anything else. Obviously here we can respond. We can respond to another Yordle in arms by killing that Poro. The one problem that's gonna happen is that our Pantheon will be able to die to the Flame Choppers. So maybe we don't do it on the Pantheon. Maybe we do it like this. We always want to target the elusive, of course. Is this... So this guy is never dying. If we do it like this, it makes it so that this is also a bad... I like it like this. I like it like this. So we're gonna get hit by 4. So we're gonna get hit by the 4 from the elusive. We have good blockers for everything that he has. And our Pantheon is gonna be leveled up, right? Our Pantheon still has barriers, so we can still hit something. We have Challenger Quick Attack, which is great, and Spell Shield as well. So he's gonna just hit us for 4, I guess, right? He can kill this guy for free. Or this girl for free. Or he can just kill the Saga Seeker. That's good too. But this can block that. This can block this or that. And actually, I guess this should block this, and this can block the Yordle Captain. So he's only pushing 4 damage on us this turn. Killing the Taric doesn't help that much, because again, we have another Sinif Blade. Yeah, that's the best you can do, because you get that free attack. But he's scared of the Overwhelm, right? Rightly so. He does have to he does have to be scared of that Overwhelm. Wow. Okay, so this is 4. So we can still do the Zenith play and have enough mana to do Guiding Touch if he has burn spells. But he doesn't have enough cards to have the burn spells. So okay, another Yordle now. So that's the third one. Unfortunately for him, we can do it like this, which means that we can still grab this here. And then we just went through the... Yeah, because this has quick attack and challenger. So we can get rid of the elusive, and then we can just win through the golden ages. He could have a mystic shot, which is where our guiding touch or Pelka's Key is going to come in clutch. And then the combo happens, right? So our combo with Taric is that the golden ages is going to trigger, and it's going to trigger again, so it's going to give us double the rally. If he has a mystic shot, we have guiding touch to prevent it. There we go. And he shouldn't have a way to defeat us. And Taric even levels up. Was probably better to actually drag. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because Pantheon also has Overwhelm. But there we go. That was a pretty nice game with the combo. Opponent got a little bit unlucky with triple Yordle in their hand. So in this final match, we're going to be going up against Scouts. And actually, we're going up against one of our teammates from Team IC Gaming, so Impossible. So Scouts, we should actually be favorable versus Scouts. The only problem here is that our hand is not the greatest, I mean, sorry. Okay, so our hand I just got a lot better. I do want to be able to find a way to interact with the Misfortune. So that's a little bit scary. We don't have our single combats, and we did kick away one of our Consider Strikes. I think the Consider Strike is going to be a little bit too expensive. I think what we really want is the Consider Strike. I mean, the single combat. Okay, Sharp Sight is not a bad draw. Having Mountain Goat is really good there, because we could do Mountain Goat into White Flame and have enough mana, and when we drew the Taric as well. He should summon something. He shouldn't let us get this free attack. That's huge. Us getting this is actually huge. So he will not be able to deal with our dragon getting really big. Unfortunately, he did draw the Misfortune, and like I said, we don't have a way to deal with her right now. Okay, but we have the rally. I don't think he has a way to deal with the rally either. What if we do this? I like this play because he stops the Grissom Ranger from summoning the Badger Bear as well. Wow. So I like the Taric a lot. So that we can start leveling up the Taric and setting up. So next we're going to have 6 mana. If we do the gem right now, we're going to use all 5 mana. Next time we have 6, so we have enough to do the Golden Ages. I think it's worth it. I think he's going to struggle to be able to kill this. We have good attackers with everything. And again, it kind of allows us to start leveling up the Taric, which I think is going to be important. As long as he cannot deal with the Wounded White Flame, he's going to be in very big trouble. Okay. Unfortunately for us, he did get another. So I think it's fine here. We get a little bit punished by a Ranger's Resolve, I guess, if he has one. And he decides to block with the Misfortune. But I don't think he wants to risk the Misfortune. Oh, maybe he will. I guess he could have the Sharp Side as well instead of the Ranger's Resolve. And then we can just do like Golden Ages. So we have, next time we're going to have 7 mana, right? So we can do Golden Ages, We can also do the Bryce the Protector, and we can do the Saga Seeker. So we have enough mana to do all 3 of these cards. Okay, so he did have the Ranger's Resolve. So here's what we can do next turn. We can do the Bryce the Protector to trigger the Dragon. Or we can just trigger the Saga Seeker as well. Although it's probably better to just trigger the Dragon, right? And then we have the Golden Ages to kind of stop him from doing anything that he plans to do. Okay, so that's very scary. That's very scary because he can do for Demacia. The problem that he's going to have is that if he tries to do the for Demacia, we can just block it with the stuff that we have, right? So here, even if he does a Misfortune skill to get rid of the barrier on the Wounded Lifeline, I don't think it's enough because this card is way too big now with 8 HP. And this is the problem that Misfortune and Scouts has versus this Pantheon decks, is that they cannot not get around. Yeah, because even if he attaches the Bristle Ranger, our Dragon still survives. Here we can just put this on the Taric and go from there. Obviously, we cannot block with the Taric because our Taric is gonna die to the barrier gets erased by the Misfortune skill. Yeah, if he wants to do this like this, I'm okay with that. I guess our concern here is that Taric will level up, so he needs to be careful. The good thing is that we do give it the tough, right? So even if the barrier gets removed, because he has tough, it means that the Misfortune skill doesn't do the damage now. And then because it's leveled up now, he can't really kill us. So yeah, that's usually how these matchups go against Scouts, even though the opponent even drew the Misfortune there. So I think the Blended Mystic ended up being very, very clutch. Welcome back, everybody. So hope you enjoyed that gameplay with this Taric Pantheon deck. As you saw, really potent, and I think Taric can be a little bit underrated in this type of decks. I know the Shyvanna version started seeing more popularity, but I think now that based on how the meta is, I do like the Taric version kind of like a lot more than I used to before. So really recommend playing this deck right now if you're not seeing Ahri Kennen. Obviously, this deck does struggle against Ahri Kennen, so if you're seeing a lot of those in ladder in that specific day, I wouldn't play it. But against any other deck, I think it does great. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Again, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would really appreciate it and will support me a lot as we try to reach the 1,000 subscription goal for the YouTube advertisement money. Or if you want to see me and catch me live on stream, you can also follow me at Twitch /Sirturmund. But yeah, I'll see you all next time, and I hope you enjoy the content. Have a good one.